Let's go.
It's a me.
Luigi.
We need the camera.
I'm gonna hurt you. Mario. Luigi doesn't even introduce himself. He's too much of a coward. He's too timid.
Is he?
Yeah.
Maybe. What if Luigi's the Loki of, Mario?
I'm not sitting in on this conversation.
Oh, no. He's closing up the bottle.
That was closer to me than him.
Oh, that was implied.
Hello, everybody.
Mirrored. Oh, God.
What?
It's mirrored.
Oh.
I want to look over at him and
Don't
saw my
look
face.
at the screen. Just
it's hard not
Eyes
to.
here. Eyes
I know
forward.
it's
Eyes
gonna be on the
here.
screen. Eyes here. There we go.
Eyes here.
Oh,
A look into your soul.
Oh,
I
sorry. Let
don't
me.
want to see what's in there.
Yep. All right, but opposite day or something. I'm in business casual today, I guess.
Oh, because he's not dressed up.
He's not dressed up.
I'm not wearing a nice
I don't know
button
if that's
up.
what they were talking about, but
It's opposite day. You're wearing a t-shirt and he's wearing a button up.
Uh huh.
You are matching though. It's very on point.
yeah, we've got a
Yeah.
good color scheme going.
Of what? Blues and grays.
But welcome everybody to episode 12 of the One to Pass podcast. Let's get started. All right. So topics. What you want to get started with first? Do you want to get started with the big topic or the small topic?
Which one's which? Because we might have differing opinions.
Yeah.
Let's get started with the things we know about.
Fair enough. Leave
So
the
Connor,
speculating for the
do
end.
the thing.
This thing.
Do the thing. No, that one. Yep.
This one. Okay.
Let's talk lyrical monasterio. Since we finally got, the actual ride lines
Gonna be a whale of a good time.
and there they all are, the original artwork, all in its glory.
It's very nice.
So let's talk about it. It's interesting, actually. Let's see. I know I have things prepped because, like a good person.
you're on top of things.
I am on top of things. Jesus Christ, I'm blinded by these lights.
You blinded me with science.
That wasn't the Weekend song either. There you go. So, Bushy Road in their glory decided to give us the mermaid version, or the humans, basically, ride line. So we'll go at the top. The grade 1 is when this unit is placed on Vanguard, choose a grade 1 or less card from your drop zone and call it to rear guard rest. And then if it's placed, it gets +2, becoming a 10k.
So, did you copy of itself?
It's numbered.
You could ditch a copy of itself, or you can ditch any grade 1 or trigger. You can ditch a perfect guard.
You can set it up with your
True, because
mulligan too.
The perfect guard matters because the grade 2 skill is on Vanguard. When it attacks, you can choose one of your rear guards and return it to your hand.
so you get the bad cards that end up not being bad.
Or you can just, ditch something you won't later down the road. Next
Well,
turn.
I say
right.
I say bad cards to ditch. Become not bad to ditch.
Exactly. And then this one gets a power +5 when it's boosted.
Targets for later.
Targets for later. I think it's pretty decent.
Here's a 5k trigger
Mhm.
to a 10k booster. It's pretty decent.
And then the grade 3, the boss unit, is when this unit attacks, Soul Blast 1, choose up to 2 of your rear guards, return them to your hand. And then auto, at the end of the battle, this unit attacked. If you're Persona Road, you can choose 2 cards from your hand, call them the rear guard, separate rows.
Bermuda things with multi-attacking.
Doesn't care one bit about Barrel Magnus.
No.
They're not going to Sol. They're going into my hand where they're safe.
It's like, I'm
Protect
going to
the
rush you
rifles.
down, and they're going to go back, and it's like I never did anything.
Don't ask me to intercept.
Yeah.
We ain't doing that. We don't do that here.
But, yeah, that's the whole artwork there. You can see all there.
It's just a schoolyard, right?
So what do you guys think?
I miss the fish people, but at the same time, this is a better step forward of more things to come.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is one of, 6 different or 5 different builds?
Lots of different builds.
Mhm.
Much wow.
And we're going to talk about here in a minute because they've showed us a little bit of a little sprinkle of support for some of this stuff and what we can expect. And it's very splashable, which is weird.
Yeah, same nation. Just it's like Token Rambu where they're technically all splashable. They're just some are very specific towards others, but for the most part, it's very like just go where you want to go with them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I like this build because it has very Bermuda feel to it. Bounce call, bounce call, bounce call kind of thing.
Classic, like a duo.
But the thing I like about the grade 3 is you don't have to call. So you can just attack, bounce, keep a hand. Attack, bounce, keep a hand.
Depends on what you're up against.
Fair enough. The matchup, yeah, it does depend.
Mm-hmm. And depending on cards, you know, if they get cards that call off the top of your deck, and you get like really janky cards, like, oh, I call the trigger off the top. Cool, well, the Vanguard can just bounce it back to your hand.
There's never a bad thing.
Exactly. Like, so far it looks really good because there's no bad thing about the Vanguard. Everything looks good other than, you have to pay Soul Blast, but keep Persona around every turn, you're going to get it.
I'm not anticipating the stretcher deck to be super duper strong, just so it forces players to splash the new stuff into it to make it stronger. I would like it to be like a decent base, like the stretcher decks have been.
I mean, this looks like a good base. It's not overpowered. It's very splashable. You can put things in it.
Nice middle.
It's really dependent on its rear guards, and that's what's really going to show its worth.
Is how good are the rear guards?
How good are the rear guards? Well, let's talk about some of the stuff that got leaked.
How abusable are these cards?
How abusable. Let's see. Turn this away, and then we'll talk about these. The things that got leaked. Let's go back to Discord. Scrolling down. First one is really, really good. It's a grade 1 5K or 3K, but there's a reason why.
Is that a Corgi person?
It is a Corgi person. Auto, when this unit is placed on rear guard, costs Soul Blast 1. Look at the top card of your deck. Call it to an open rear guard or put it into your hand. If you put a card into your hand, choose a card from your hand and discard it.
So if you get over trigger on top and you're like, I really don't want them to know this is on top.
Draw
or
it.
I don't want this on the board ever. You're like, I will put this in hand and goodbye, other card. Draw trigger.
What's even better than this is one place, not from hand. So if you use the ride line, you can ditch this. Use the grade 1 to call it. Use a skill to call another card. Next turn, you can attack, bounce it back to your hand, and then your grade 3 turn, put it back down and get another card to board or to hand.
So very little resources being used to make boards.
That's the reason. That's the reason it's a 3K instead of like an 8 or a 9 or something like that. But
Correct.
it's understandable because there's got to be some downsides.
But
to
if
this.
that's boosting the grade 2 from the ride line,
It's an 8K boost, yeah.
it becomes a normal booster,
Mm-hmm.
which is, I think that's cool. It's not overpowered then.
Mm-hmm.
Very steady stuff.
Next up, we got a promo. This the demon
Throw kiss.
throw kiss.
Throw
Throw kiss,
Nana.
Nana.
It's very simple. It's when an attack hits a Vanguard, you still charge 2.
So this is going to be the topic. I'm going to set this bar now for the rest of this video is 1 to 10. Where is this on the scale
Oh my god.
of waifu material, Connor?
Somewhere high. I'll put it somewhere high.
Solid 9.
You're going higher than I am. I was thinking an 8.
Solid 8.
8, 8.5. We know between
What's a
the two.
succubus?
I mean, you were 8.
I know it's technically a demon, but it's a succubus.
It's great art.
It is great art.
It's very great art.
It's weird that the succubus and demons moved from dark states over to lyrical monasterio.
We don't talk about that.
It's fitting. It's very fitting.
Next up is the last one, which got leaked last night. Faintly slump uphill. When it's placed on rear guard, you can counterblast 1, and it gets power plus 10, so it becomes an 18K grade 2.
Is that a little birdie on her horn?
I think it is.
Yes, it looks like it.
That's adorable.
They're really trying to sell the schoolgirl thing here. Huh?
But the fun
Yep.
fact about these is that these past couple, the second 2 are demons. You can splash this into the mermaid one, or the human one, or you can splash this into
Because
the
like go
doggies.
to a school or something, it's crazy.
Exactly.
It's like
It's like your
a theme.
Rosario and Vampire.
Yeah, you punch him
moving
or
on
should
from
I?
Oh, come on. All right, fine.
No violence on camera.
No violence on camera.
I do like that all of it's on place or good
Mm-hmm.
on hit, so you can get what you need on the board when you want it.
Yeah,
With the grade 3.
Yeah.
I think it's solid. Good solid start.
It's a good solid start. And I'm interested to see where they're going to do the other ones because they were very vague with their descriptions, but we know that vampires is going to have tokens.
Which I'm a little excited because I like Orphist. He makes some pretty good tokens. Can this one also make some pretty good tokens, or are they going to be kind of tokens?
Or are they going to give this like the token Rambu kind of treatment, where it's like there's these really 2 good builds, and the rest of them are kind of, oh, why would you play it? Kind of deal.
Please don't.
I don't see that being the
There's
case.
too much love involved with this archetype on the fan base. Because, like, Token Rambu is just Token Rambu.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I'm sorry if I offended Token Rambu fans. But this is Bermuda Triangle. There's a lot of whales on this one. That they might be on one whale in the lore, but there are many a whale that make up this nation.
I mean,
was
Bushy
never
Road is
gonna make
riding.
that joke.
Bushy Road is having them riding on the whales on this one.
Yeah, it's going to make a lot of money.
Exactly.
Which is fine because it means I can spend what little bit I want to on this, and someone else can pay for the box.
I mean, not every set has to be a zinger. You know, you have to.
Correct. There's going to be. Oh no, we already did. Token Rambu wasn't a zinger.
Yeah.
So now we're due for zingers.
Exactly. So next topic, Connor. I'm gonna let you take this one. Do the thing.
Very happy for
I'm in love.
We got to announce the new start deck 06 and it's Blaze Maidens.
And yeah, thanks for taking that one. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You guys can have your waifus. This one's all me.
Oh yeah.
I'm very interested where we're gonna take this because they can either go completely left or completely right.
Yeah, there's only a couple of options they can do. I personally think more than likely they're going to stick with what exists for the archetype, the grade 0 support.
Mm-hmm.
So, get Trickstar on board, make Trickstar do things.
I feel like it's not going to be Trickstar.
It probably won't, but that's just an example. That's what the current stuff that we know is going to do.
It could be though. What if it was? What if it wasn't Trickstar? It's just like edgy Trickstar, just a different Trickstar.
It's another overdress.
Another son.
It's the redheaded stepchild, legitimately now.
I mean, why have the game called Vanguard Overdress when only one deck is Overdress?
You're right.
Exactly.
Big brain.
But the announcement of it said that there is 3 triple rares in the set, unlike the 2 from the other start decks. And some people were thinking around, oh, well, it's probably the ride line. I'm like, okay, if the ride line was there, wouldn't it be 4 because of the starter too?
Or they're going to do 3, and the grade 3 is still not triple rare.
Oh my god.
they'll just cut you off right there.
I'd be upset. I'd actually be upset. All the more reason to get the DSR when it comes out.
Oh yeah, this thing set 4 DSR of that.
Oh, don't hurt his heart.
Oh, it's not hard as heart. It's
Sorry,
making
don't
it.
hurt his wallet. Don't hurt his wallet.
There we go.
That's where his heart is also located. The wallet.
But I think the other 2 triple rares are going to be the new Trickstar and whatever the new Overdress that's going to go over that.
The
Trickstar
variant equivalent.
Yeah, variant of Trickstar.
Assuming that's a thing.
If it's that route, then yes. Otherwise, it's 3 different Blaze Maidens are going to be triple rare.
I mean, think of it this way. If it is another Overdress unit, right? That means more options for Nirvana because Nirvana just cares about Overdress, period.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Was
Splashable.
even if we don't get a Trickstar card per se, we're still going to get something along those lines. If it is another Overdress, then that means more than likely Trickstar can be used with this, and this could be used with Nirvana.
What if it is Trickstar, but all the Overdress units are like dark Trickstars?
Something different.
You know, like the thing I said.
No, you said dark Trickstar. I'm talking about like.
Oh,
it's
I'm
still
sorry.
originally
You're
Trickstar.
right. I said dark Trickstar instead of Trickstar, but dark.
Yes.
You're right. There is a difference. My bad.
I think more than likely what we're going to get is actually an alternate to stuff like Urger is. Urger needs Nirvana on the field.
Mm-hmm.
If we get something that needs this grade 3, it could still be Trickstar, but it'd be a different Overdress setup. You could still run the basic Verena so that you have your little reliable beat stick. But I think more than likely we're going to end up with just the current Blaze Maiden stuff is about get Trickstar on the board, make sure Trickstar stays there.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. Thank you in the comments. What if it itself is an Overdress unit, the cover card?
Ooh.
Interesting. Yeah,
It's a
cool concept.
bait and switch right there.
You're
Oh
right, not
yeah,
Trickstar.
it would be reprint. Yeah, so it'd have to be a whole new thing.
see anything.
Oh, it's basically in a comment saying that, there are reprints confirmed. And the reprints confirmed are the triggers and the perfect guards from the first start deck, which means that Trickstar would have been reprinted too if it was Trickstar in there. So it can't be Trickstar.
Oh, okay.
Could just be grade 0 focused. I mean, that's what the Blaze Maidens
Is
are.
it could be.
You can also just get anything you want out grade 0 with.
I still feel like it's going to be a new grade 0 that has an overdress. It can't just be.
It's another Trickstar-esque card. It's just not going to be called Trickstar.
Yes, I know you just said that. I was commenting you. Sorry. I should have given credit. I did say it in the comments though.
Credit to Ezel.
Yes. But I don't know. This is such a weird. It's so weird that they're making another Dragon Empire. So now Dragon Empire has the most builds.
You say weird, I say expensive because I for the people who don't know, I have 3 exact copies of the same Nirvana deck because I shelled out the money to get all the play sets, and now I just have extras.
But I will say this though. I feel bad for people like you that are just going straight into Dragon Empire. Because people that are in the other nations, okay, you have 3 different builds. You now have 4 different builds. You now have more money to spend than everybody else.
For now. Yeah.
For now. Because we don't know if the other ones are getting any more builds. I mean,
Time to
it's
budget.
safe to assume that every other nation will also get another build.
Correct. With like each new set, we'll get something new. At
Good.
least one new thing.
Because it seems a little unfair to have Dragon Empire on its own alongside everybody else.
Yes, Philip, I chose it myself. Well, if they do it, then what that means is the support that's going to come out is going to be probably mainly to the new deck that came out with splash of stuff for
Former decks. That
former
have been
decks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see that. Instead of just what they used to do when they had all clans, it's just like, oh, new set, new slate,
Yeah.
new builds.
I do like the fact that the nation stuff can do that. It means I can, if I want to, and I can, then I can still run Trickstar in this new deck.
But last little bit of news. I want to wrap up Monster Strike since we got some, what'd you say, Zinger cards.
That's a zinger, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Monster Strike's a zinger.
Where is the big fun card
The
in
big
here?
Lebowski.
This one.
The meme.
I never thought Vanguard would get to this point,
I'm glad it did.
but they decided to go full 100% tilt. Just give us the most outrageous card I've ever seen.
Right, but it's outrageously hard to pull off.
It is outrageously hard, but man, if it connects,
Rest in pepperoni.
There are a couple of ways and combos you can rush it, which is cool.
the card we're talking about is Best Rock Band of the Cosmos Wicked Pistols. It's a Vanguard that says auto when its unit is placed on Vanguard. If you persona road this turn and your soul has 3 copies of it in your soul, you can pay cost, counterblast 3, and choose 3 of your opponent's rear guards, retire them, and this unit gets power 300,000 and critical 30 until the end of turn.
Critical plus 30, meaning it's a 31 crit attack.
Yes.
So, PG or die?
PG or die.
PPG or die?
I mean, it's still, I guess, I want to say there's a feasible way to guard this.
Well, it is 300,000.
300,000. That's that. That's a BG or rip.
I mean, you can over trigger. If you hit over trigger before this thing swings at you, you're still technically over it.
I don't see anyone swinging with this last if they're going for the kill.
Yeah.
This is it.
Die here, PG now, so my other hits can
the
probably
final.
kill you.
It's the final countdown.
This isn't the Wicked Pistols, this is Journey.
I want to see people lay down 31 cards in their damage zone. I just want to see it. Like, yeah, it ended at 6, but we're not done.
I hope,
No, they don't die to damage and mill.
I hope there's a card in Monster Strike that allows you to get a card from your soul to your deck or back to your hand or something like that.
Farm it.
Yeah, because like, this would be like hilarious if you can keep Persona riding over and over. Because right now it's literally I Persona ride this once. It's a one-trick pony. I either kill you or I don't.
It's a very funny pony.
Exactly.
Oh,
Do a flip. Hey, do a flip. Oh, Persona Ride, I have 3 in soul. Here's the flip. The situation, though, is I don't know much about Monster Strike. Do they have, like, easy ways to put them in soul like that?
Yep, they have a fun grade too that lets you, when it on place, look at the top card. Either it goes in the soul or back on top of your deck.
Still, you have to do that like at least twice.
It's usable because if it's a trigger, then you can, put it on top of your deck. If it's something you want in your box, you can box it. If it's your Persona Red, you chuck it.
Can any of the decks, any cards, get anything from drop?
I don't think so.
I'm trying to think. I
can
don't
they switch
think
with
they have a way
damage?
for that.
If any of the grade 3 hits damage, it's like, well,
That's it. Yeah.
my strat's out. We have to make up something now because we don't really have a strategy beyond this.
There goes the meme.
Well, you have to meet the absurd requirement of 3 in soul to even retire the rear guards, yet alone get the power. Right? Yeah. I don't know.
But let's read the comments, see if there's anything they think about this.
I like what Ezel said here. I'm actually going to read this one.
Mhm.
There's a positive more builds. A lot more support is added to each deck, allowing for more cards usable. And with 2 different overdresses, that doesn't seem good for the options, which I agree.
Yeah, like, having more options, it's the one thing I've liked about Overdress so far, is literally there's no solid right build because there's so many options for decks just in set 2 alone. And then set 3 is going to add more, and then set 4 is going to completely throw the door probably wide open.
If it wasn't already on its hinges, it's
Yes.
definitely gone.
So, like, there's no set way to say, this is how I can build a deck. So,
Exactly. It's the game. We're so far away from clans now that it's great. We have builds now
but
and preferences.
Can't net deck.
I do agree that having two different builds that are also kind of like splashable to each other is great because it gives more diversity in builds.
I'm hoping eventually we can get sideboards.
We've had that conversation.
We've had this
Oh, I
conversation.
know. I'm
really
just
want a
I
sideboard.
really want a sideboard, man, because there are some cards that are like really good only against certain other like nations, yet alone any normal deck.
We'd have to move to a
'Cause,
real 3
like
game.
set 2 for freaking Horny Jail, they got that Blitz order that's really good, but it really stinks against certain builds.
Like Magnolia is good against every matchup except for Gel. It's a pretty decent matchup, but Gel is like his worst matchup. I would love to be able to sideboard for the order that can just pop something in main phase, just so I can get rid of what's it called, the new triple rare,
Oh,
so I can start pulling things back out. And I was like,
get rid of Lemon.
not Lemon, the other one that -5s every time. I
Oh
pull out.
yeah, her. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I would love to be able to sideboard those into those matchups because that would be like the best counter to it.
Yeah,
But there's no sideboard, so
I want a sideboard because with Overtrigger you need a best of 3 format to make it anything close to fair.
You right.
in my opinion, no, I still think Overdress in general should bring it back to best of 3 because over triggers sway the game so much that
Well, that's what I said. The Overtriggers are too good for best of 1.
Oh, sorry.
We need best of 3.
We need best of 3 because that will actually add reason to sideboard. It will help balance the overtriggers. It'll at least stop as much complaining as we've gotten.
I mean, we have matches, or we have our locals, and we time our rounds, and very not often do we have many that go into turns, and if we do, it's maybe one game. But most games we can get a 2 out of 3 settled pretty quick.
I will say this: that Bushy Road themselves, I've heard somewhere that when they were testing gameplays and stuff,
They did best,
they were internally testing best of 3.
which makes sense.
Best way to test it. That's
So-
how Vanguard feels balanced.
There's a good chance we could be shifting. I mean, best way to test this is whenever we actually get physical regionals again, and then we see the format. Like, okay, best of 1 or best of 3 there.
That would decide everything. Because I know in a bunch of regionals they only do the top cut on day 2. Get to do 2 out of 3, which I get when it's that many people. You just don't have the time.
Oh yeah.
But with a sideboard, I don't know. It's gonna be different.
I mean, you could just turn it into a double elimination instead of Swiss.
Correct.
Then save a lot of the problems.
Correct. That way you don't have to worry about so many participants that'll naturally just.
I mean, your first couple of rounds are going to be pretty lengthy, but after that, it's going to start getting a lot faster.
Oh yeah, exponential growth time.
Time.
Exponential time back. The day.
I mean, most people that go into regionals, anyways, usually drop when they O2 because they're like, well, there's no point in even trying to go further because I can't place unless I get
A
super
miracle
lucky.
happens.
Exactly.
I like how half of the comments right now are Philip roasting us from the couch. Hi. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a heads up instead. Waving requires too much effort. He did, however, spell my name right.
I had to steal my fries because he was trying to steal them while I was.
Yeah, if you saw me doing like this, I'm just like, just take it off the table. I'm just tired of seeing his little giant fingers come in and just. Whoop.
He's a stream goblin.
And I'm just scared he's gonna knock over Alex's little tea there, and it's just gonna get all over the place.
Before he starts drinking my tea, I might as well move that too.
I don't think he's that crazy.
I don't know. Phil's done some crazy stuff before.
So let's keep spilling some tea.
All right. Any other last minute topics you guys want to talk about?
Yes, but no.
Then talk.
Well, no, like I can't. I've been.
Oh,
Yeah,
fair.
fair.
I feel like there's another Monster Strike card that was really nutty that I want to talk about.
I
You
love
mean the
their
one
art.
I didn't know existed? The Angel?
The Angel?
Which one was it? I think you're too far down. Hold on. Can I?
Go ahead.
It's too.
I will say there's one. I think it's this one. Go back real quick. I think this grade 2 is severely underrated.
Queen of Purest Water Spirits, Marguerite.
Mm-hmm.
Margarita. Okay.
Okay. But when attack hits a Vanguard, if you Persona Road this turn, you can choose one of your opponent's Vanguards and it gets -10. This plus the other Vanguard that got leaked that says you give your opponent's Vanguard -10. So you Persona Road, right? You -10 them and you Persona Road, which is essentially a +20 to your side of the board. So this is essentially singing for 30. And if it connects, it makes it another +10 essentially to your front row.
3 triggers or PG to stop it.
Yeah.
That's a combo.
Die
Really good combo.
now.
And that's before your Vanguard swings, so I think this is really, really good.
And the art's very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
All right.
yeah, definitely.
So
7.
7.
Solid 7.
Angel. Which angel are you talking about?
Was above. This way. I had never
I will say,
even seen it before. So
I am severely scared of Laplace now because of cards now that in the set are like, oh, something died, +5 to either itself or the Vanguard. And their auto abilities are not continuous or just once per turn. So it's like, just keep stacking and stacking and stacking this power. It's going to get really, really nutty, especially when they're like, oh, Laplace drops your Vanguard down to 0.
You know what? I can't find it.
Is it the Perfect Guard?
No.
No?
Was, I wouldn't be as excited over a Perfect Guard. It was some card I'd never actually heard of before for the set, which was weird because I'm super into Monster Strike, and if we get it, I'm getting everything.
I'm probably gonna pick up Monster Strike myself just because of art wise, because I'm like, man, this art.
I want to, but at the same time, we need to confirm it for English first.
We do need to confirm for English.
It's
but
it's almost been confirmed.
yeah, there's a
because-
good chance because of the fact that we got
So-
Token Rambu. Yeah,
We got our soap boys.
yeah. So Token Rambu happened, so there's a really good chance that we actually might get it now.
Yeah, it's a possibility for sure. Is that her?
It probably is.
Yeah, it's this grade 3 whose name I cannot find.
Oh well,
Nope. I don't
it has
see
no name, but you can reskill.
Vanguard, when placed, if you Persona Road, choose an opponent's unit, it gets the -10k, just because you Persona Road.
Mm-hmm.
And then once per turn on Vanguard, Soul Blast, it gets +10k. If your opponent's Vanguard has less power than the original power, all of your units get 10k instead.
This is the
The
card I
front
was.
row.
This is the Vanguard I was talking about with that grade 2.
Yeah,
Because it minuses 10.
go big.
So I forgot it gave us +10 too. So it's another +10. So it's like more like a 40 rear guard hitting.
You got to stop
It
it
big.
on the spot.
Yeah. I mean, that's really good in my opinion.
Yeah, this is terrific. I didn't even know it existed.
And that
the minute
card
I
is
saw it,
adorable.
right?
It's just a small child about to destroy your Vanguard.
Okay. Actually, I do want to talk about one more card in Monster Strike before I go. Because I feel like this is an important card. A very important card design-wise. We covered this slightly on the V-Time. But I feel like I want to go in more in depth with this. This thing. Blessed Girl Abel.
Bleth.
It's a grade 1 triple rare with act, Vanguard, or Rear Guard once per turn cost. Put a card from hand on top of your deck, and it gets power plus 10,000 and shuffle your deck.
Yo, yes, the putting back the over trigger.
Putting
card.
back an over trigger on the top of your deck.
And well, it is shuffled, so it's not strictly on top, but it's back in the deck.
Yeah,
That's a problem.
that is a problem.
Well, actually, I don't know, because like unless you've damaged it or triggered it, it's dead. Otherwise, it's a decent, your best shield in the hand. This says we're loading the gun.
I don't have my phone on me, so I can't eat it. But
We're loading the gun.
You can eat a deck box.
We're putting the bullet back in the gun,
No, there are cards in there.
and
I
that's
wouldn't
the
do that.
overtrigger. And my analogy is getting lost over a phone.
There you
Now
go.
and
Eat
I'm
that.
sorry.
It's okay.
I'll eat it at a surprise time.
Yeah, surprise time. While
Never mind,
Philip's
I'm
over
eating it
here,
now.
over here tossing napkins on us.
And no, don't spell my full name on stream for people to see.
It's okay.
Oh.
But yeah, implication to this. Does this mean that we're gonna get something in the actual not in an collab set that will do something similar to this? I mean,
It'd be cool.
I thought
Interesting.
they were being very balanced with Hex Orb when they're like, okay, we're gonna restrict it to crits and fronts. You can't use anything else. And then I see this, and I'm like, well, I mean,
Bushy, why?
Bushy's like, well, now you can use your over triggers or put heals back because it shuffles your heals back into your deck. Now you almost guarantee that you have 4 heals in your deck at all times.
Yeah. I've had games where I've drawn 3 of them, and I've been like, well, if I don't at least hit 1 heal trigger, I'm not healing at all.
I mean, it is a minus from hand, but when you're guaranteeing, you're getting
Do you mind? Do you two mind?
Really?
He started it.
I was
Mom.
asked not to throw stuff. I'm trying to be respectful.
This man started it.
I hope that was actually in right and not flipped
Not
on
mirrored.
camera. But what do you guys think about it?
About Monster Strike?
About that grade
That grade
1?
Oh, I
That
think
grade
it's.
one.
I think
Yeah,
it's silly.
incredibly powerful. It's a 4 of in a lot of decks.
Yeah. I mean, it's once per turn, but it's once per turn for itself. You can just have a back row and say, I'm going to put 3 heal triggers back on top every turn.
I mean, it is powerful, but
chop-
at the same time, you have to remember it is a -2.
Or-
1 card out of your hand, another card out of your hand.
You're not wrong.
Nothing to block
So
with.
there, I mean, it's not all powerful. It is leaving you open for a while just to put stuff in back that, being vulnerable might have caused that thing to happen.
Depending, it might not be a minus on the board because you can monster box it out with the monster box skill to call 3. I'm going to use the monster box skill, call 3 of these out, and the new skill.
I mean, but at the same time, cutting how many cards is it? 10.
True.
10 out of your deck is definitely.
But you're
something
putting cards
close
from
to a
your
minus.
But you're putting cards from your hand back in.
1 card, not 10.
With enough time, it's a
Oh my
good
God.
card. But with the amount of multi-attack in the game right
Connor.
now, if you aren't adding to your hand, you're going to lose.
Connor,
Correct.
I just realized how really stupid this is now. How many times have you gotten close to decking out by using monster box?
I don't use Monster Box unless I need the 1 turn turnaround.
I know,
Ask
but I'm saying
Philip.
how close have you gotten to decking out when you use it?
I had
Almost every.
one time, I had 3 cards left in deck at the end of the turn.
Now imagine you do getting close to decking out, right? And you say, I'm going to put an over trigger and 2 heals back in deck and shuffle it.
But that means you have to call 3 of her out, right?
Yeah, but even if you call 1, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a 1 in 4 shot. You hit the over trigger now.
You're thinning your
Or
deck.
sorry, rather, it's a 1 in 4 shot. You don't hit the over trigger. Or sorry, it's a 50-50 shot. You don't hit the over trigger because it's a twin drive.
Mm.
If you had, does Monster Strike get triple drive at all?
I don't think so.
Any other
No.
builds? I don't think so.
No, but it abuses Persona Rides and gets extra crit out the wazoo. So
And stupid power
Yeah, I've seen. It's pretty bananas.
and power manipulation.
yeah, there's a lot of variety in it, and it all does good stuff provided you know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of why I like it. The other part's the art.
So I think this is the end of Monster Strike Leagues now.
I believe so.
So at this point, we're getting into lyrical monasterio leaks. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know exactly how far they're gonna. Jesus Christ! No! You got it right. There you go. For those who are listening and not watching, we just stuck a tag that says Philip Escobar on his microphone. So
No,
our 50% is now Philip Escobar now.
But anyways,
Don't take this from me. Don't take this from me. Thank you.
All right. So, but yeah, I'm gonna wrap the episode up here. Hopefully, we got more lyrical monasterio leaks to talk about, and hopefully, they're gonna be very interesting. And I don't know when we're supposed to start seeing set 3 stuff, because
nobody knows.
it's technically a month away.
Yeah, so that should start banging at the door very soon.
Yeah,
Let me in. Let me in.
Just like the Monster Strike card, it's knocking on heaven's door right around the corner.
Alex, he's starting things again.
Don't worry, people in the chat. You're gonna maybe see Philip in a cast next time you see him. We're probably gonna end up killing this fool.
Well, next time we do this,
It
because
does
it's
take a
lyrical,
village.
we have to get two so that we can rate them.
I mean,
We need to. This game
outside
is
of the podcast, Lon got locked into a closet today and like duct taped in there and sealed away. So I
Top
feel like
Deck
this is
Heroes
good punishment for him getting locked away. We can just take it out on Philip, right?
Welcome to the Top Deck Heroes lore.
Lore, more lore for Top Deck Heroes.
It's
Well, you
interesting.
stop. I was specifically asked not to throw my phone. And you know what? I had the urge. I literally looked at it and went, no. And yet here you are. This is like the fourth time you throw something in our direction.
He can't help it.
There goes the podcast.
Oh wait, actually, we can add one more little thing in here.
Okay, please do. Back to the topic.
I feel like we should get talking because there's more people jumping in now. So it's like, I feel kind of weird just ending it there when people jump in. I'm going to talk about anybody who didn't watch it. Go watch it now. The Cardfight Con Invitational tournament happened. I was in it. Me and a bunch of other creators.
With no biased opinions.
If you want to see me getting completely
Bodied.
bodied by different fight in his over trigger and his black magic on me, not me and my black magic. Dear God, man.
Stop stripping.
I think I'm going to check out early.
No. Anyways, go check it out. Sean and the people that were running it did an amazing thing with this tournament, and hopefully there's another one to come. Did any of you guys watch it?
Yes.
Philip showed me a little bit.
I watched
while
while it was going on.
I watched the last game.
I can't believe that there was so much representation of Bruce and Zorga and almost no Bastion.
I can. Everyone's tired of seeing Bastion. I'm tired of seeing Bastion.
Correct.
I would
If
rather
this
not
if
play
this-
than play against
If this
Bastion.
tournament happened like 2 months ago, it would have been more Bastion.
It would have been half.
It probably would have. But I find it funny because I was on the fence. I was literally going 50-50 on either Magnolia or Zorga. I feel like I should have just memed it and went Eugene into the tournament. I should have took Sean up on his bet because before the tournament he bet me. It's like, do Eugene, do it. I'm like, I was so close to saying, what, screw it. I'm just gonna take Eugene.
Be the one Eugene.
Be that one guy that just comes in there. I don't know I'm not gonna win, but I'm here to ruin everyone else's game.
Because they never play test against it.
Exactly. But I had fun with it and I actually enjoyed it. Like none of the games were like completely, this game was
Never winnable.
like, I felt bad. You know how like when you play a game and you lose and you like feel bad, like, man, this is like the worst game I've ever played. Like every one of them were actually really good matches.
You didn't fumble on your place, and you're giving me the eye.
Like,
I can only think of Overdress versus Horny Jail as a nightmare. It's a constant struggle.
Oh yeah, it's the battle of wills. Of you can't lock my trick star. You can't take my son to jail unless I put it in a dress. And then I'm going to take him to jail.
And then I'm going to get him out of jail. I'm going to pay bail every turn. Anyway, to answer, I don't think people are so much getting tired of Bastion or bored of him as it is that people are tired of playing against it. And Bastion mirror matches are not fun.
Oh no.
Not for anybody.
I will say this though. The one matchup against me in different fight, I wish I had more games like that. It was literally me going, I'm going to
Sorry, Izami, you're hilarious.
but I went aggression, right? I pushed him to like 5 damage. Then he over triggers me back to 5 damage, and then we're literally one to passing each other from hand between turns. It was literally that close of a game, and I enjoyed it.
That's something you talk about. That's fun.
Yeah, like
When it's that close for that long of the game.
I wish it wasn't best of one. I wish I could have had more more gameplay, but overall, like it was enjoyable matches. Like all 3 matches I did play in that tournament were actually enjoyable.
Nice.
I am sorry to True Champion Steven though. The over trigger really swung that game.
Oh,
Please stop.
did you ever trigger him?
Yeah, it kind of swayed the game in that one. I swear to God, man.
I'm glad I can't read over here.
I feel like I need to stop here. Oh no, here we go. TDH lore.
TDH lore. There's a lot of TDH lore. Actually, I kind of want to bring this up. So I have a bet going on with Philip.
No, he's starting to unbutton. We got to end it, man. This man's about to be almost naked on
I
the
want to
couch.
explain the bet against
I
Philip.
can
I'm
only-
excited I'm excited to play against him. So we're doing a team-based tournament.
Yes.
And it's these three, honorable mention to Philip, versus
Starting one
myself, Shane, and Hector at some point. And if their team wins, every time I appear on the channel or the podcast, I have to wear a tie that says Top Deck Sidekick. And if our team wins, then Philip has to write down the phrase, "You're the Top Deck Sidekicks," on a piece of paper and eat it.
I honestly, like, I'm not going to throw my match, but I wouldn't be sad if I lost.
Because you get to watch me eat paper. I'm excited there's a personal stake here.
I get to watch Philip eat paper, yes.
Oh no.
I'm excited for the tie, not going to lie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's a good thing I mentioned it, huh?
Yes. Speaking of the tournament, if any of you guys are in the local area of North Carolina and you want to participate in a Vanguard team tournament, not this Saturday, but next Saturday,
24th.
the 24th. I think it is.
24th?
I want to say it's the 24th.
23rd or 24th. You keep talking. I'm gonna pull
But
up my
anyways, it is a team tournament. Entry fee, prize out, and everything.
calendar. It's the 24th.
The 24th.
Saturday the 24th of
20
July.
If you guys are interested in doing a team tournament, we'll be hosting it. You are welcome to come, join us, the Top Deck Heroes, and play some Vanguard, a team tournament.
It's at Hickory Cards, Comics, and Games.
Hickory's Cards, Comics, and Games in Hickory, North Carolina. It's about a little over a week away, so yeah, come join us if you guys want to play a team tournament.
It'd be fun to play against some of you guys.
I'm assuming it'll just be, if you don't have teammates, try to show up anyways.
We have some spares that
there might
that
be
want
some
people to
spares
play.
that need to form a team. Do we have rules on? Does every player have to be playing a different deck?
I think it's going to be the same
The only-
rules as team tournaments for regionals, where it's going to be you can't have the same nation on the same team.
Okay.
So you can play any build in the nation, you just can't have the same nation on the same team.
That's
Okay, so you can't have
gonna be difficult
Orphist,
with.
Horny Gel, and then one other of anything. You have to have different
Yes.
nation, different nation, different nation.
Yes.
Which is
That's
cool.
gonna be hard to do if people are picking up spares. To be fair,
Well, depending
Well,
on
this will force variety in a sense of you can't have like.
I don't want to play against 3 Bastion or 3 Bruce. Let's leave it at that.
Yes.
Please don't do that.
but
But-
you probably are going to see a team of I'm going to have an Orphis, a Bruce, and a Bastion on one team.
I
It's a
mean,
good thing I knew how to play against all 3.
it's some of them are inevitable at the same time though. I think we'd get cool variety from this, and it forces people to play some of their other decks that they're not playing in tournaments.
Exactly. And also it forces people to say, well, I got to get out of my, casual, like, oh, I'll play Bastion, play Bastion. Your teammate's playing Bastion. Somebody on there has to pick it.
Someone has
Suck
to
it up.
not play Bastion. 2 people have to not play Bastion.
Exactly.
I think the only rule we've actually established is your team has a person A, a person B, and a person C. You have to state who's going to be A, B, and C because A plays against A, B plays against B, C plays against C.
That
I mean,
way
if you
you
ever
can't
play-
swap around knowing who the opponent's going to be.
If you've ever played a team in regionals, you guys know how it runs.
Yeah, essentially.
But
Another thing.
Spread it around.
I don't want to
Philip
look.
to stop throwing
It's-
stuff.
I
This is
don't.
the
I
key
don't
part.
want to. I don't
But I'd
want to
love
look.
to play against some of you guys. Be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then also, if you guys are there and watching us, you get to either see Philip eat a piece of paper, or you see this guy become the Top Deck Sidekicks.
We still have to design that tie.
You do.
If I never have to wear the tie, I'm going to be a little sad.
You have a little over a month.
Yeah.
Sorry, not a month. Sorry,
Oh.
you have
A couple
well,
weeks.
well, you have about a month before like it really has to start being on camera.
No, I don't.
But
No, I
yeah,
don't.
I think that's a good place to wrap it up. We're gonna call it a day there. We'll see you guys in another couple weeks because I feel like I'm gonna wait for Lyrical Monasterio to start showing actual rad lines and stuff like that to talk about, and maybe some other interesting news. Maybe they'll actually start showing us some set 3 stuff,
Yeah.
so we can actually talk about set 3.
I'd like to.
But yeah, but other than that, I'm gonna wrap it up here.